Let's start with this. Just about everyone is busy. I get it. But life is rarely just the execution of our calendars and plans. Some people find being interrupted frustrating, but as people of faith, we should live looking for evidence of God's redirecting our attention and reshaping our plans. We welcome interruptions. We all make plans. We have plans for the day and upcoming weeks. Some people even have 5-year plans. But perhaps one thing more certain than our planning is those plans being interrupted. We may plan our life, but life is often a story of unexpected interruptions. At times, those interruptions are challenges, and sometimes they are unexpected joys. But many interruptions test our ability to trust God. By faith, we learn to embrace life's interruptions as the place God so often does miraculous things. We learn to respond with compassion and faith when things seem impossible. Jesus' disciples had work to do. Jesus had commissioned them to take the gospel to the ends of the earth. One of the earliest challenges the church faced was managing its time and plans. The needs were great, so the church created leadership roles and systems to help care for those in need, to ensure they stayed focused on the mission Jesus had given them. But even before that was in place, plans still didn't keep them from recognizing moments of divine intervention. We read in the book of Acts about Peter and John's practice of going up to the temple to pray. One day, as they entered for the 3:00 afternoon prayer time, a beggar who was crippled called out to them, asking for money. He interrupted them. Like many places in our own day, requests for help were nothing new. In fact, Acts tells us that the same man had been begging at that same gate for much of his life. So, what made Peter and John stop this day? The beggar expected money, but they sensed something else in that moment of interruption. Peter explained, "I don't have any silver or gold for you, but I'll give you what I have. In the name of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, get up and walk." And the man did. The Bible is full of these stories. Jesus was constantly interrupted by those in need, and so often it was those interruptions that opened the door to miraculous things. Peter and John set out with plans and a schedule that day, but they also went with a sensitivity to the Spirit and a willingness to have their plans interrupted by God. For the man begging at the temple gate, that made all the difference. There are few things we find more frustrating than being interrupted. Kids interrupting a conversation you're trying to have, work being stopped by some emergency request, weather canceling an itinerary, unexpected bills, calls, and texts. Are you stressed yet? Wouldn't it be nice if everything just worked out the way we planned and expected? But we all know it doesn't, and it won't. Interruptions are coming. The question is, what will you do with them? We live in a broken world, and certainly many of the interruptions we experience are a result of that brokenness, but not all of them. Sometimes God interrupts our plans to do something different, something better. I'm not suggesting you celebrate every interruption, but I am asking you to pause for a moment and wonder, might God be doing something unexpected? Might that person in need be an opportunity for God to demonstrate His power? Might that canceled trip or failed project be leading you, by His grace, to something better? As believers, we recognize that we don't live in a world we exclusively construct. We don't control creation by our plans. We live in God's kingdom. We live in a world held and sustained by His hands. So, we learn to be open to what He is doing. We learn to welcome interruptions. Your response to interruptions is a good way of evaluating your openness to God. It's a good way of evaluating your humility and your willingness to receive something better from Him. Some of God's gifts come as unexpected interruptions. How can you make space for God to interrupt your plans?